Iconian crap about to hit the fan in 5, 4, 3, 2... Hello, Captains. The Doctor here. Welcome to Star Trek Online. Welcome to what is hopefully going to be an exciting mission awaiting us. So I apologize for being late to this. I have had an extremely busy week. I have not had a chance to get to this. I am late. I'm sure everybody on the planet has played this mission by now because this is the one we've been waiting for. Yes, this is it. The final mission, the final episode of the Iconian War. The one that brings it all together. The one that ends it. The one that should just blow our freaking minds. Or at least that's the idea. So what I'm going to do is play the mission. I am on my science character. This is the Doctor. He is my main character, the science. He is wearing all Iconian gear. That's right, we've got, well, not Iconian gear, but Iconian resistance gear from the Reputation. We've got the armor, the shield, the weapon, the full set, the full kit, all abilities to resist Iconians. This is important because that's what we'll be doing today, is resisting Iconians. Also, for my ship, I will be using a science vessel. This is the experimental science vessel. I am currently running the Delta Alliance kit on it for your information. I chose this character specifically for this mission today because he is geared up in Iconian gear on ground. I wish I had all the Iconian stuff in space for you guys, but I'm not quite there yet. I don't have all that Reputation stuff, so that's alright, but I've got it all on ground. So for today, for this mission, let's change outfit. Let's go full Iconian. That's right. I got the full Iconian outfit on, all lit up in red. I even got the back piece on. We are going to do this proper. Are you guys ready? Because I'm ready. I hope this is good. I hope it can live up to the hype. Here we go. Episodes. Featured episode, Midnight. The Iconians are massing for a final push toward the key worlds of the Alliance. We are gathering any remaining forces to mount a defense, and perhaps, if we are fortunate, we will be able to turn back time. Ooh, some foreshadowing there perhaps. Meet with Captain Kagrin on board the research lab to discover our best course of action.
One way or another, the war ends today. The Iconians are massing for a final push towards the key worlds of the Alliance. We are gathering any remaining forces to mount a defense. And perhaps, if we are fortunate, we will be able to turn back time.
That's a song in the making right there. Okay, we'll go to the Kiana system. We're gonna get a bunch of stuff. This is cool. Wow, an Iconian Vest. Okay, I cannot wait. Soul defense deflector. I want to look at all this now, but I know you guys want me to jump right into the mission. So we will come back at the end of the mission. Stay tuned. Do not leave, because we will go over all this equipment, see what it's all about, read it, and I will put on that vest and see what that Iconian Vest outfit is all about. So stay tuned for the end. Okay, so we need to go to Kiana. We know where that is by now, all the way in the Delta Quadrant. Been going there for quite a few missions. I guess all the missions here at the end of the Iconian. I can't believe we're at the end. Boy, I hope this is good because, you know, it could be terrible. I don't know. Let's see. Delta Quadrant. Ends warp. Seriously, this mission has a lot to live up to. Now, this could go very long. Just a warning. I have no idea how long this mission will last, so this video could end up being many hours long, or it could be 30 minutes. I got no idea. So I'm going to read all the dialogue. I'm going to go through everything. I want to read everything and make sure I take the story in. So not a lot of people here, I'm noticing, though. Here we are at Kiana. Not a lot of people around here. Normally, this time, or this kind of mission that people have been waiting for, this area is like full of people, but okay, here we go. Midnight.
You are cleared for docking.
Why, thank you. And they finished the station by now. As you can see, the station, this station is completely complete. So here we go. This is my science officer, one of my officers. Anyway, the Crinum temporal phasing technology makes this one of the few safe rallying points for what remains of the Alliance fleet. Captain, I hope I'm not speaking out of line, but I'm looking forward to paying back the Iconians for all the ships and friends that are missing from this muster. I miss them too, but right now I need to check in with some of the other captains about our orders. We got a lot of people to talk to, but before I do that, I don't know, for some reason the audio seems very loud in my ear, even though it's probably not the audio, the music. But anyway, okay, there we go. Turn that down a little. Okay, let's see. We need to speak to attendees for information. We need to talk to Sean, Corin, and Jarok. Oop, I did a little flip. And they all appear to be right here in the center for me to talk to. I like how they all just kind of stay in the same area. Okay, who is this? You are Corin. Let's talk to you first. You seem to be having an argument with a Crinum.
The High Command is still intact, and Kronos remains unconquered. Even so, this war cannot be won if we lose Earth. The Bortesque will fight until she can fight no more, as will I. If this is to be our end, then I will meet it with blade in hand and blood in my teeth.
Right.
I can ask for no greater honor than to fight beside an ally who has shown this courage time and again.
Kapla! Nice. Now, something to keep in mind, I forgot to even mention, we are in an alternate timeline. We have actually stepped out of 2 alternate timelines, or dimensions, or multiverse universes, or whatever you want to call them. The first one was when we destroyed an asteroid, and Romulus came back, but was taken over by the Borg. But then we did it again. We destroyed a gateway, and Romulus was again destroyed, and the Borg in that area gone. So we are in an alternate universe right now, and we still didn't find out in the last mission what has changed in this universe. We do know that that species that I just completely forgot the name of no longer exists. The wife to... oh gosh, I forgot his name too. My mind is drawing a blank. That's how busy I've been this week. I've got a complete blank going on right now. But you know who I'm talking about. Her species, which some people say are protosphere builders or something or whatever, no longer exists. So we are in a completely different timeline. Let's talk to Sean.
Glad you're here. We've been fighting non-stop and it feels like we're barely making a dent. Command says we're preparing for our last chance. I hope they have an ace up their sleeve, because I can't see a way to defeat the Iconians in a straight military battle. Whatever happens, just remember that you'll always have the Enterprise at your side.
Well, thanks, Sean. Well, that hasn't changed, so he's still in command of the Enterprise.
All these years of pain and strife, and it comes to this? I cannot believe that this is how we will end. Our suffering, our struggles cannot be rendered so meaningless. You know what we have been through. This bitter taste, this grief that washes over me, cannot be the last thing that I feel. We will rise again from this. We must.
Everybody is so down right now. Everyone's down and out. Sholon true. It's grim, sir. Most people are trying to stay hopeful, but but we've all lost so much in this war. The pressure is just wearing everyone down. We should go to the briefing. Maybe Captain Cogran has some good news. Jeez, somebody needs to pep this place up. We need a rally, a cheerleader. A pep rally. That's what we need. A pep rally. Could you imagine? Okay, I just went completely around the entire station to get to the place I was pretty much already at. That is awesome. Okay, Cogran, what do you got?
We have defeated one Iconian, but the cost to do so was too high. The Iconian forces are too numerous for us to sustain such a strategy. We have been forced to our last resort. The Crinim timeship has been modified, and we can use it to generate a portal to send us back to the ancient time of Iconia. Once there, we must prevent any Iconians from escaping the destruction of their home world. If necessary, we must kill the remaining Iconians ourselves.
Holy majolies! My giggly wiggly, holy crap. Okay, mind blown. Hold on a second. Back up, reverse the train. Let's get the wagon wheels going in reverse here. Hold on. The Crinim timeship has been modified, and we can use it to generate a portal to send us back to the ancient. So they have modified the Crinim ship to not only erase something from time, but now to actually be a time travel device and allow us to travel through time. How they accomplished that, I don't know in the first place. Second of all, it's not the only time travel solution we would have had. There's that Bepi 113 place that they can time travel around. There's also future Starfleet. I'm sure somehow we could, like, leave a message for them so that 500 years in the future they get it and they come back in time and say, okay, we got your message. Yeah, we'll help you with time travel. Something like that. But, okay, so we're going to use the Crinim timeship. And then once they're there, he wants to prevent Iconians from escaping the homeworld. He wants to actually prevent their escape so that the destruction of Iconia kills them. However, keep this in mind, guys. Keep this in mind. Plot hole, plot hole, plot hole is ringing in my head. Iconia wasn't destroyed. It survived. I mean, the Enterprise found it. Remember in that TNG episode when Data and Picard found the planet and they beamed down and there were the portals and they were playing around with them and the power was fluctuating and all that stuff. So the planet survived that original destruction. So I don't know what they're planning to do here. They would have to force a destruction of Iconia because that did not originally happen. The Iconians left Iconia, but Iconia survived itself. Even if they hadn't have left, they wouldn't have all died out. Plot hole, plot hole, plot hole. Okay, let's go on.
We presumably failed a temporal incursion, changing things in the past while remaining in a bubble of temporally shielded current time. This allows the timeline to unfold as it will, almost randomly. My team and I have been working on an alternative method that will actually send someone back in time to the past, where they can directly affect the timeline and help to guide it along the desired path. We've been running some basic scenarios that leave us quite hopeful that we can aid in the original attacks on ancient Iconia, to ensure there are no survivors for us to deal with in the present.
Man, that's a bold thing to do. Wait a minute, the others saved them, but could we be the other? Wait a minute, if we're going back to the day of Iconian's destruction, which wasn't really destructed, as I just mentioned, this is going to, oh man, my brain is on overload right now. All these ideas and thoughts about this story. Let's get it on. This seems like an exceedingly risky plan, and even if it works, we will be engaging in genocide.
We cannot sustain this war. The Iconians will destroy or conquer every species in the galaxy if we do not stop them now. There is no guarantee that this plan will work, but if we do not try, we will certainly lose everything. Our long-range sensors have detected signs of transit from the Iconian spheres. The Iconians must be preparing their heralds for another large-scale invasion. We are gathering our remaining forces to make our stand.
Wow, okay. Begin the briefing.
The Iconians have picked our next battlefield, and it is the Sol system. If
Great.
Earth falls, we have lost this war.
Naturally.
We have one move left to us, and it is to move this war to a battlefield of our own design.
Hey, Harry Kim's there. Tuvok's
We will
there.
attack the Iconians in the past. We've identified that the Iconians were forced from their homeworld in an attack 200,000 years ago. We will take part in that attack and ensure there are no survivors to fight us in the present. Noi's team is busy reconfiguring the time ship. There are no guarantees, even with time travel on our side. We must hold out long enough for a ship to pass through a temporal portal. That means fighting this fight and every other until this technology is complete.
Captain, this goes against everything we stand for. Everything we've been fighting for.
You talk of honor.
This is what we've been fighting for.
And duty. And freedom. All of these will just be words if we fail. We can try to live up to these ideals when we survive.
Wow. I've got so many thoughts about this. First of all, number one thought, it's predictable. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we all saw this coming. Eventually, time travel itself was going to be involved. It's a little cliche that we're gonna go back in time and fight the Iconians. I could have saw that from the beginning. I liked the unique idea of trying to remove things from the timeline to stop them, but I guess they gave up on that idea. Okay, let's beam up. Let's get this on. I want to see some ancient Iconians 200,000 years ago. I want to see, I guess, who was fighting against them? Was it the people that I can't always remember the name of? Whoa, holy crap. Yeah, you darn right they've begun their attack.
I've got word from Noi. They've completed their modifications, and the Crinim time ship is on its way. We must hold off the heralds long enough for the Crinim ship to arrive and generate a portal. Once the portal is open, we will go back in time to ancient Iconia.
Why do that here?
Try to change history. But first, we must survive long enough to do so.
Why do that here? Why not do that in a safe part of space where there's not an Iconian attack? How about that?
Enterprise here. We've intercepted a group of heralds. Can you give us a hand with them?
Acknowledged, we're on our way. Okay, well, at least we get to have some
This is the USS Hood.
epic space
Our attack
battles.
group is taking heavy losses.
RRW of Evacuation responding to your call for assistance, Hood.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Let's give them one of these and one of those and one of them. Go, science ship, go! Let your powers be known. Yes, you are a powerful ship. Yes, you are. You're so cute. Little experimental time vessel. Oops, I can't fire.
Shield has failed. All integrity below 75%. Target's shield has failed.
UAV shipment range. This is the USS Cleveland. We're losing
Cleveland.
reactor containment. We need immediate assistance.
Enterprise can hold the line. Help get those ships back into the fight.
Does this mean they're gonna have to rebuild ESD again? Cause, wow.
Magnetic fields are failing. All hands, abandon ship.
I'm trying to help you. I guess I was too late. Oops. I wasn't even paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing. Assist the Defiant. Defend shipyards with Defiant. Oh, shipyards, so that's over here? Indeed.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Jupiter Station is reporting Herald ships are moving in some kind of massive infrastructure. Requesting immediate assistance.
Probably a Dyson sphere.
Changing course to Jupiter Station.
Check out my little science ship. It can do some damage. Heralds? What heralds?
Target shield has failed.
Heralds go bye-bye. Took care of that. Next. Now what?
The shipyards are losing integrity.
No,
We
they're
need
not.
someone on damage control, or we may lose them before the ships in dock can mobilize.
Fine, whatever. Stabilize yourselves. I like how it's so quiet.
Akagi here. We've restored main power. Thanks for keeping the gantries intact.
Nothing's really happening out there.
99th Attack Wing into battle
This
now.
is ESD control. We're losing life support and transporters are offline.
Warning.
Earth
Ship
space
is
doctor
under
lost
target
main
shield
power.
has
We're
failed.
evacuating the crew.
Take one of them and one of those and one of those and them and that.
Chimera, all non-essential personnel are away.
They've called in like every type of ship in the game.
Shield has failed.
Kind of cool, actually.
Target shield has
Captain, the Heralds are maneuvering to attack the Alliance fleet's exposed flank. We need to move quickly to intercept them. You got it. I am moving quickly. Oh, here I am. Yay!
Target shield has failed. Four shields failed. Hull integrity below 75%. Hull integrity below 50%.
Okay, now it's getting hairy. Oh, cutscene. Thought my computer was crashing for a second. It's a
Target
Jem'Hadar
shield
ship.
failed.
Holy, hey, say what? The Jem'Hadar?
I told you I'd be back. And this time, I brought friends.
Holy.
We've brought together forces from every quadrant of the galaxy. The Iconians have done the impossible.
Hull integrity below 75%.
Yeah, they sure did unite us, I guess. Wow, we got the Dominion here. Holy crap. Did not see that coming.
I hope you're happy to see me. It doesn't look like things have been going too well so far. I left because I needed to find allies for this war. Ones who you couldn't or wouldn't talk to.
Yeah, why didn't
The
we talk to
Dominion
them?
understands the Iconian threat, and they are quite eager to protect their stake in this
Why
galaxy.
didn't we talk to the Dominion? Why didn't we try to get their help? Are we that stupid? Maybe so.
The Herald ships are regrouping. We should use this respite to our advantage. form up at the KIS Anorax. We must protect it long enough for it to activate a time portal. Once the portal is stabilized, we can use it to go back to Iconia's past and hopefully undo this war.
That's
That's
our only option?
Our situation is desperate. If we fail here, Earth will fall, and Kronos won't have much hope of standing without it.
Wow, you admit that. Good for you.
I'm arriving with the time ship. We must protect it until the portal is stable.
Target's shield has failed.
There it is, our little time ship. Yay.
Keep those Iconians off us. Temporal coordinates have been identified.
Okay, we got Iconians all over the place now, actually.
We're halfway there, creating a bridge across space-time.
I'm saving my photonic fleet in case I need it on the other side.
A little bit longer, stabilizing the temporal portal so a ship can travel through it.
Let me guess, I'm that ship? Please let me be that ship. Please, please, please let me be that ship.
Target's shield has failed.
That's it! The portal is active and stable. Enter it now!
Where it be? Enter time portal, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm going as a ground group? Didn't expect, thought I was gonna take my ship with me. I want my ship, I don't want my
Energizing
bridge
temporal
officers.
Hull
emitters.
integrity below 75%.
The
Or
time
maybe-
portal is open and stable.
Oh, maybe we're going on the Iconian
Warning,
vessel.
ship is under attack.
Go! Get
Hull
through that
integrity
portal!
below 75%.
Setting a course now.
Meanwhile, my ship is being destroyed while I'm waiting.
The heralds are firing on the portal!
The portal is destabilizing. Hurry!
You hurry. Get me in there. Do something. Why can't I fly my own ship in there? Oh, there I go.
More gateways! An Iconian flagship is moving in!
This is the moment of your extinction.
Not today. Everyone, form up and cover our six.
I wonder if they know what we're doing. Wouldn't they know? Wow, look at all
Theirs
those
not
ships.
to make reply. Theirs not to reason why. Theirs but to do and die.
Wow, and the Dominion.
Into the Valley of Death. Road the 600.
Really? I don't. It's all blank screen. Where's the stuff happening? What happened? Somebody tell me. What's going on? Ah! Iconia? Is that you? My ship, is that me?
Metrics. Confirmed. We have traveled back approximately 200,000 years.
Holy crap!
Our two ships made it through.
Whoa.
There are no signs of Captain Cogran or his ship.
Everybody
we'll have
died?
to continue the mission without him.
Nobody. What? Oh, we're beaming down? I thought we were gonna like fight Iconians and stuff. On the ground? Really? Thought it was gonna be a space battle. Thought it was gonna like be fighting all those ancient races of the Iconians and stuff. What the heck are we? Greet alien. Captain, we've done some preliminary scans of our temporal location. Noi has put us exactly where and when we need to be on Iconia about 2 hours ahead of the time we have for the attack on this world. Oh, 2 hours ahead of the time we have. Oh, so in 2 hours the attack's going to happen? But we're on Iconia? But those aren't our Iconians. Or maybe they are Iconians. Wait a minute.
Perfect. This will give us a moment to get our bearings and figure out how best to prevent the Iconians from escaping their doom.
But
there are only 12 Iconians that we've encountered, so trying to deal with just those 12 will be a much easier task than trying to take on this whole world.
Yeah, I guess so. Wow, oh man, holy floaty city. We are floating in the sky, guys. We are not on the ground at all. We are in Sky City, all right. So Iconians have floating cities. That's a thing. That's definitely a thing, a scary thing. Iconians looked different 200,000. Well, they looked kind of the same. They just don't have the armor. I guess maybe they're not energy beings now. They're like half energy beings now, but back then they weren't. They look so peaceful now. Like, I just want to look around a little bit before I talk to one, get my bearings. You know, this is really interesting. I'm like having a field day here. I guess we're gonna go down there eventually. It's all kinds of stuff. Wow. Obviously, I'm overwhelmed at the moment. I can't even speak. Alright, let's talk to this Iconian. Well, we say alien, but isn't that an Iconian? I thought it was an Iconian. But it's an alien? Are you a bad alien? You're number 24.
Greetings of the whole to you, strangers, and welcome to Iconia. My name is Matararen, and I am a herald of Matara.
Oh,
Before
herald.
I can allow you to pass, I must scan you to ensure that your technology is of a sufficient level for you to be allowed access to our city. This will only take a moment.
Okay, so we are learning some things. First of all, this is a herald. This is not an Iconian. And the herald are the lesser species of the Iconians. So they might be energy beings. We don't know. I haven't seen one yet. Of Matara. Now, we know who Matara is. And apparently, they do allow people into their cities, but you have to be of a sufficient technology to enter, else you cannot get in. And I guess we pass. Why do all my people have that weird thing on their mouth? I guess, oh, I've got that breather on, that rebreather on all my people. Why the heck do I have a rebreather on my people? I don't know. Sela's with me. Why? Oh, I guess she's the only one that came through with me, isn't she? So it's just me and her? It's me and Sela? Holy crap.
Your technology is sufficient, but your chronoton particles are substantially out of phase. Please follow me. You must speak to my mistress.
Well, it's nice to meet you too. How do your chronoton particles swing? I'm glad our technology is sufficient. That's something.
I recommend we begin by infiltrating.
No, I didn't mean to click that.
We
Oh,
need
no.
access to the data and the gateway controls.
I didn't mean to click that. I hate it when I do that. I misclicked, or I clicked and then I clicked again by accident, and I missed the dialogue. Oh no! I have to go back now and replay the whole mission just so I can see that dialogue. I'm going to have to pull my brains out and smear them on the keyboard in front of me. I recommend we begin. Okay, agreed. We can't allow any of their technology to escape. Now I missed that entire dialogue. Let's see if we can go back, though. Maybe it is here.
You've seen the ruins of a once mighty empire. This is Iconia at the height of its power.
Granted, but I want to see what this said. Okay. Please follow me. Speak to my mistress. Alright, here we go. Sela says, remember why we are here. Every Iconian must die in the bombardment, and their technology cannot be taken. If even one Iconian escapes, this could be all for nothing. I recommend we begin infiltrating. Okay, so they can't let their technology escape too. So what's going to happen in 2 hours are all those forces are just going to descend upon Iconia and just bombard it all at once. But they seem so peaceful now. Why do they want to bombard them? I don't know. What's going on? What do I do? What's past this prologue? But what does that mean? I gotta speak to Matara. That's what that means. Oh, I gotta follow you. Matara. Oh, this is Matara. Oh, Herald of Matara. Ah, my brain. Work with me here. Operate correctly, please, or I will replace you. They seem so nice. Oh, wait a minute. Is that an... These are... They're beautiful. Wow. Look at that. They're actually kind of... pretty. I mean... not bad looking, I gotta say. As an alien, I got the spiky thing on the head going on, but they kind of look like fish heads. No, I don't know. But they're not too bad, and they're not energy beings right now, and they're... wow.
I apologize for the interruption, Honored One. These travelers have just arrived at our city. Their chronoton particles are out of phase, and per your instructions, I have brought them to you.
What? Listen politely.
Thank you, Mataran. You may return to your station. Greetings, friends, and welcome to Iconia. It is highly unusual to receive visitors with such unusual chronoton signatures, and yet we have had 2 in less than a cycle. Do you know a being named Cogran?
Cogran, 2 in a cycle? What? He's here? And wait a minute, so she doesn't know that we're like humans that are going to develop 200,000 years from now, does she? I mean, she wouldn't know what our species is, so isn't she questioning, like, who our species is? And the Klingons also? Yes, we were separated from Cogran on our journey here.
Wonderful. He will be quite pleased to reunite with you. You should be able to find him in the residential district. I imagine you passed through the same chronoton-charged nebula he did. That would account for the anomalous readings.
Yes, we did pass through that nebula. Is there anything else we need? Oh, so she doesn't know we're from the future. She thinks we are from this time period. And we did not time travel, but we just passed through a nebula, of course, full of chronotons, of course. Chronotons and raviolis and all kinds of good stuff. That's where we come from. Yes, we're from a nebula. And Matara, she's so nice. Why are you so nice when now I know I'm going to have to kill you later, probably, maybe, I don't know.
Since you are explorers like Cogran, I suggest you speak to Lemiran. She is the keeper of our world heart, a repository of all knowledge and a genetic record of the worlds we have visited. The astrometrics data in the world heart could prove quite useful to you.
Wow.
Do you have any questions?
She's so nice. Why is she so nice when she's so mean 200,000 years from now? She's like, all like, nice and allowing us access to their database and knowledge. What happened to them in 200,000 years that now they want to destroy the universe? Okay, let's go through all these options because these are some good questions. First of all, what are the Heralds?
Our world teems with life, but we were the first to become self-aware. Time is no enemy to us. An Iconian can live thousands of years, but our numbers have always been few, and as the years passed, we understood that would not change. Needing servants and companions, we found a local population that could be molded and shaped to suit our purposes.
See, they made servants. I mean, she even goes out and says that. All right, go on.
At first, we used them as beasts of burden.
See, she
or for
used
tasks
them.
that were too difficult or dangerous to do ourselves.
So slaves.
I
Got
imagine
it.
your own species has similar creatures. Over the years, machines and technology began to replace many of those functions. And as technology advanced, what we needed from the Heralds changed as well. Ultimately, we needed beings who could think for themselves. Our genetic reshapers transformed the Heralds from beasts to companions. Now we have achieved a kind of symbiosis. The Heralds perform the routine tasks that keep our society moving. We provide leadership, technological advancement, and defense.
Okay. What is your relationship with the Heralds?
We are patrons, parents, and perhaps even gods to the Heralds. In turn, they are our hands, our eyes, and our pets. Each Herald is created to fulfill a specific function for his master. For example, it is my duty to interact with visitors to our world, but I cannot always be there to greet them. Mitaran stands in my stead, examining those who seek our gifts and bringing any special guests, like yourself, to me.
So, slave labor, got it. How are they made?
We begin with a particular genetic line. Sometimes we will use archived genetic material from the world heart, but most often we simply take what we need from heralds who already perform a similar service. We then resequence the genetic material in utero, removing any defects and enhancing natural abilities that herald will need. We also modify their behavior to ensure loyalty and remove unwanted aggression. Once they are born, we begin an intensive training process. Heralds mature very quickly, so by the time their training is complete, they are fully grown and ready to serve.
My other options went away, but I wanted to see why there are so few of the Iconians. But my option disappeared. Why did my option go away? I wanted that one. Whatever. Alright, let's greet Lemiren. I'm gonna have to play this mission again so I can hear the other options.
Greetings, travelers. Are you explorers, or do you come seeking our wisdom and guidance? Either way, I apologize. I am rather occupied at the moment. Please, return later. I should have time to speak to you then.
What can you tell me about the World Heart?
The World Heart is the repository of all our knowledge. It contains the genetic information of every species on Iconia and all of our colony worlds. With it, we can colonize and repopulate an entire world, shaping it to resemble our home in just a few short years. It also holds a record of our culture, history, literature, and philosophy. This is why we call it the World Heart. It is, in a very real way, the center of our civilization.
Thank you. Okay.
The changes we see in the Iconians are too great to be simple evolution. The Iconians shape themselves and the Heralds into weapons. Genetic engineering that is both efficient and terrible.
Indeed. Let's go find, what's his name? Cogran? Let's explore a little first, because you never know what's hidden in these areas, and I know we're supposed to go over there, but maybe there's a secret. It's an alien trader 200,000 years ago. He looks like Shrek. So here's an alien trader. A Shrek. Oop, I don't want to jump down. What if somebody fell off? That'd be a bad thing. What are you guys doing in here, Iconian? So there are a lot of Iconian. Well, I don't know. She said there's not a lot, but I wonder why. I wanted that option. I wanted to read that option as to why there are not a lot of Iconians, but I don't have the option. So, this reminds me of the Alachi setup, except it was in subspace. This one's just floating in the sky. Interesting. I guess there's no secrets. I had to try. Here's Cogran. He's like waving me on, like, hey, get over here. Wonder how long he's been here.
You made it. Something must have gone wrong as we entered the portal that disrupted synchronization. I arrived 2 weeks ago. I remained cloaked, scanned the planet for several days, and then came to the surface as an explorer, seeking to open diplomatic relations with the Iconians. My ship is using the magnetic fields above the poles to help conceal its presence.
What have you found?
The Iconians of this time are nothing like the ones we know. They are flesh and appear to be friendly and peaceful, if a bit arrogant with those they see as lesser. Come. They will allow us to move through the city freely. You should see this for yourself.
Ooh, explore the Iconian city. We've got a lot to see.
Hogren is either a fool or he's being manipulated by the Iconians.
How is
Either
that possible?
way, he might jeopardize the mission. We'll need to watch him closely.
Wait, what makes you think he's being manipulated? He's right. These Iconians aren't like the ones we know. You're both a problem. I make my own choices. Oh, I love that answer so much. I love it so much that I'm going to do it on the next run. But for this run, I'm going to do, he has a point. Okay, now what?
Someone's calling for help.
An injured herald. This could be a chance to learn about their physiology. Perhaps even find a weakness.
Okay. Speak to the distraught Iconian.
Hello. Can you help us? My herald is injured, and I cannot leave him. I need someone to bring us some healing supplies.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. There should be a healer nearby.
Good. Her herald, huh? So they own heralds. So wait a minute. I'm sensing a plan. I'm sensing something that may be building up to here. What if we turn the heralds against the Iconians? Since they're like slaves to the Iconians, why don't we turn them against them and let them rise up and defeat the Iconians, and then the Iconians aren't a problem for us, because the heralds have taken over, but then the heralds might be a problem for us. But I don't know, but wouldn't that be something? I don't know. Talk to Iconian healer.
Do you require assistance, visitor?
Are you a healer? We are in need of medical assistance.
Certainly. However, I do not detect any injuries or maladies in your physical form. What do you require?
It's not for me. One of Valar's heralds is injured. You can say I have a headache, or that's private. I wonder what that would lead to.
Oh, of course. It is our duty and privilege to care for our heralds. I will follow you to the patient.
We'll see who the lesser race is.
What? That had
I have
no
spent
sense.
days among these people. They are very proud and very strong.
Thank you, Traveler. I appreciate your assistance.
What do you think of the Iconians?
How do you feel about your creator? The Iconians are parent, teacher, master, friend. They are our rulers and our gods, and I am grateful for their guidance. They give purpose and structure to our lives. We would not exist without them.
How do they treat you?
Exceedingly well. We do what manual labor needs to be done, as well as other tasks. And in return, the Iconians give me all I could need or want. I know it might sound like enforced servitude to you, but I don't see it that way. The Iconians are our beginning and our end. I am nothing without my mistress, and serving her is my greatest joy.
The Iconians' affection for their pets is a weakness. We can exploit that.
Okay.
I am not so sure. After all, we've seen how the Iconians will transform their pets. The heralds are merciless killing machines. They have killed multitudes during this war.
Deaths that we will avenge here. No more waiting. We need to finish our mission.
Indeed.
I don't understand why you're bothering to help these people. We need to find the gateway controls, sabotage them, and be done with it. This could all be over if you'd let it.
It's not the right time. We have to make sure that nobody escapes, or it's my job to help people in need. The circumstances are relevant, or I'm just lulling them into a false. No. It's not the right time. We need to make sure that nobody escapes. Are we really going to do that? Or would I say, you know what? I'm the doctor, right? I got to play this as my character. It's my job to help people in need. The circumstances are irrelevant. Simple period. End of that. Park area. Search the city for information. Now we need to go to the park area. There are other dialogue options that keep disappearing on me, though. I want to go through and replay this, of course, multiple times, and I'm going to choose, like, all the other dialogue options and see what they lead to. Very
Clearly
interesting.
the Iconians have a highly developed sense of the aesthetic.
That's fine, but what we need is to know more about their technology. And we're going to a park.
When you have technology as advanced as the Iconians, wonders can be found anywhere you look. We should talk to that officer over there.
I see you are interested in this device. We are testing a new method of encryption. So far, it has proven to be most effective. To access the console, you must solve a series of problems that we believe only an Iconian could answer. Unfortunately, I fear the console is stuck in a testing phase, which is why I am protecting it. It may be a waste of time. You appear intelligent enough, but I doubt you or any of our other visitors could solve even the easiest of problems in the algorithm.
Then let me watch the console for you. Lemirin says she needs to see you right away.
I am not supposed to leave this area unwatched, but all of my heralds are performing other duties. And if Elmiran sent you, very well. Thank you, Traveler. I will not be long.
You shouldn't keep her waiting. Okay, so I guess we are going to sneakily do this. Did we just lie to her? I think so. Decode. Great. Please input the correct solution to the following problem. How many exotic spheres are possible in 7-dimensional space? How many exotic spheres are possible in 7-dimensional space? That many. Too low. Close. Close. Oh, too low. Close. Okay, continue. That was interesting. Please input the correct solution to the following problem. Given a population of diploid organisms that mate randomly, with 9% of the population homogeneous recessive for a particular trait, calculate the percent that are heterozygous for that trait. Yeah, 1. I don't know. Who comes up with these questions? This is weird. Okay, return to root. Ooh, access to Icobar or Dynacian. I want both. The Icobar have made no secret that they covet our gateway technology. Unfortunately, they are a warlike species. Soon after they developed rudimentary warp drive technology, they used it to attack and enslave several inhabited worlds. The Icobar have also made several attempts to covertly access our consoles and steal our technology. Although officially we are not at war, we should be extremely cautious with the Icobar. Access to gateways is strictly off limits for the Icobar, and a herald will be assigned to monitor all movements of Icobar representatives in areas near gateway access points. So we just learned about the Icobar. Let's learn about the Dynacians. The Dynacians have made repeated requests for medical technology. Our analysis of their biomedical ethics, however, indicate that at their primitive level of development, they have an 84% chance of doing themselves harm with genetic engineering, and a 74% chance of using it for biological warfare. Although thus far their dealings with us have been honorable, a plague on the world has increased their demands for our gene manipulators. Our recommendation is to continue to supply the Dynacians with medical supplies and antigens, but to withhold other medical technology. So, the Iconians are not seeming so evil. It seems like we got a warlike species out there who wants to steal Iconian technology, And we got another species who's really too young in their knowledge to use genetic engineering. So the Iconians, being the superior technological species, is withholding that stuff from them, which is what any advanced technological species would do to a lesser one. So far, that's
just as I surmised.
Kind of logical.
The Iconians are following their own version of the Prime Directive. They are attempting to protect lesser developed species from acquiring technology that they may not use wisely or well.
The evidence does point in that direction. I gotta say, I agree with him here.
Not so fast. We've only heard one side of the story. I'd like to know what some of the other visitors here think about the oh-so-noble Iconians.
Agreed, let's find out. Maybe this isn't the kind of attack we thought it was. Maybe these species have come together to take down the Iconians because they want to steal their stuff. Maybe that's all it is. And that's what made the Iconians upset. It would make total sense.
We will gladly give you the medicines you require, but our genetic engineering technology is off limits.
The medicine will help with this plague, but what about the next one? We need the ability to take care of ourselves, but you won't give us the means to do so.
I am sorry, but we have extremely stringent rules about who can use our technology. There are many species who are not yet ready to use our gifts safely and wisely. One moment, Volkar. Yes? May I help you?
She's got a point. See, our people have a similar policy regarding technology to protect developing societies. I think you're right to restrict access. Or our people have a similar policy regarding technology to protect developing societies, but access to the genetic restrictions could help Volkar's people. You should give them to them. Or, technology belongs to those who can either create it or take it by force. I've never understood the need to protect people. Or, Volkar's people are trying to survive. They need the technology, and I wouldn't blame them if they tried to take it by force. I agree with the top one.
Yes, I will take your opinion under advisement, but ultimately, this is an Iconian matter. You are simply another visitor on our world.
Don't get angry. She sounded kind of upset that I was offering advice. So they don't like advice offered to them. They think they are superior to everybody, the Iconians here. Maybe that's what set people off, just their attitude. You know what I'm talking about?
We haven't made much headway trying to reverse engineer the gateways, but just imagine what we could do with it.
Oh, I have. You could move an army in the blink of an eye. Think about what would happen if all these heralds just showed up on your planet. Oh, they'd take over in a day.
Yep.
I'm still trying to acquire some of their data. Have you had any luck yet?
Nothing yet. Despite all their openness and hospitality, the Iconians have everything on lockdown. I can't even get near the building where they keep the world heart without some herald stopping me.
Okay.
If I were the Iconians, I too would think twice about giving people like these advanced technology.
Maybe if they had shared their gifts, they wouldn't be preparing for the arrival of an enemy armada. That's a good point, too.
This doesn't prove anything. So the Iconians had their reasons for withholding technology. I don't care, and neither do their enemies. We know the bombardment is imminent. This world will be obliterated, no matter how much you sympathize with the Iconians. And don't forget what we're here to do. There can be no survivors.
You don't see any echoes of yourself in these people, Sela? Or you're right, let's get to work, or I can see both sides of the argument. Let's do that. Stay neutral. Return to the plaza. She is Tal Shiar, after all. You gotta think how she thinks. Sir, we're detecting an armada of ships on long-range sensors, multiple configurations. Avoid detection at all costs.
Tell your ships to drop into orbit above the polar region. My ship is cloaked there.
Okay, good. We will do that. Ah, we get to assist an engineer.
Excuse me, but I require assistance. We have lost contact with several of our colony worlds. I am attempting to increase the range of this communications console to re-establish the connection. But I need another set of hands to adjust the frequency while I attempt to dial in the proper network levels. All of my heralds are currently working on the evacuation. Would you be willing to help me?
What evacuation? That's the first time I've heard about an evacuation. Okay. I have no idea. Let's just increase until it works. I don't know. These puzzles are really weird. I'm just going to push buttons until it works. Just like everything in Stowe, slam it until it works. You know what? I think I'm going the wrong direction. Oh, that is hilarious. I'm just clicking up, 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 and up, and up, and up, and then I read, oh, 14.7. Oh, man. That was great. Alright, lock it in. Sure.
Curious. Our communications should be reaching the colonies, but I am not receiving any response to my messages. Something terrible must have happened. We were not concerned about the lesser races. Not at first. They were like children who wanted things they could not understand. It was our duty to protect them, to guide them. In time, when they were ready, we would have shared all of our gifts.
I believe her. I believe that they would have. These are nice Iconians. They're not bad at all.
I do not know. If the colony worlds have fallen, then I am sorry. Please excuse me. I must speak to our leaders.
We already know the evacuation did not save them.
But the gateway on New Romulus remained active for a time.
Then we must cut off that path, now, before anyone escapes.
I guess we're gonna go through with this.
Welcome, traveler. I apologize for my earlier absence. Do you have questions about our world?
Who is attacking you?
We have had contact with many worlds in our journeys, but we have found no people equal to our own. Some of the others resent the blessings our people enjoy. They seek to take that which we will not give. Our policy is not to share our technology with species who are not sufficiently advanced to use our gifts wisely. When a society encounters advanced technology, before they are ready, they often don't have the cultural or social development to handle it appropriately. This leads to war, genocide, and many other ills. We would protect the younger species from those tragedies. Our people believe also that each species has a unique destiny. To disrupt their path toward that destiny is wrong. All of the others must develop in their own time.
I actually agree with her.
We have had contact with many worlds in our journey. While we are an extremely advanced world, we are not, in general, a militant one.
Wow, they're not.
Ticket will coordinate the defense.
Ticket!
But I remain hopeful that we can reach a peaceful solution before blood is shed. Matara speaks for us, and she is quite a gifted diplomat. If all else fails, there are places known only to us and those who serve us. Our gateways can take us to these refuges to recover and rebuild.
And that's what they did.
Will you help us?
Will I help you? I don't know. Talk to Sela, because she's the one with the attitude. There it is. It's happening.
The
It's
attack
going
is
down.
beginning.
For real.
I thought we'd have more time. We must retrieve the world heart and escape.
Going down for
Will
real.
you help us?
Oh, man. Yes, I don't know. Like I said, talk to Sela.
The attack is beginning. We must decide how to proceed. I have spoken to these people, walked their streets, shared their meals. Regardless of what we know they will do in the future, the Iconians of this time are not evil. They are peaceful. And they are guilty of no crimes, worse than standing up for their ideals. The very same ideals, I might point out, as the Federation's prime directive.
So what happened to them is the question. What happened to them over the 200,000 years that turned them into a militant species? If they are not militant now, something transformed them, made them militant, made them want to take back the galaxy. That is what we need to find out. We need to find out why that happened, stop that from happening. Also, I just realized we have to be the other. She said the other saved them. We are the other. We have to be. Maybe. I don't know. Right? But then she said the other will help us again. But I don't know. Alright, so you're saying we should help them, even knowing what they will do?
You have walked the same streets as I, spoken to the same people. Can you allow them to die for crimes they have not yet committed? For my part, I find no honor in cold-blooded murder.
I kind of agree with Cogran. I mean, if they're, trying to shoot me, I'll defend myself, but they're not trying to shoot me. And look at that look on Sela's face. She's looking at me like, come on, you know what you got to do. Let's see what my answer is going to be. I'm going to say I see your point. What do you think, Sela?
It doesn't matter what these people are now. We know what they will become, what they will do. The Iconians will destroy my homeworld. They will bomb the Archive in the Lena system and exterminate the Preservers.
That's true, too.
They will incite the Undine to destroy Keswick 4.
True.
They will attack our homeworlds, kill those we love, and threaten our very existence.
Oh, man, what to do? What to do?
And that changes nothing. We know what will happen. In our time, they are poised to destroy or enslave the galaxy. There is no choice. We destroy them now and save ourselves.
What is Cryptic going to do? What? Okay, hold on. Do we have the right to execute the Iconians for crimes they haven't yet committed? She would say yes to that. Or, you're right, we know what they will become, we can stop it. Or, is it even possible to kill them? Won't that create some kind of paradox?
You think I don't understand paradoxes? My mother came from an alternate timeline. I was born from a paradox.
Ain't that the truth?
The universe will right itself. It always does. Besides, will the future we create here be any worse than the present waiting for us?
I don't know. That's the problem. We can't know. Oh, what to do? What to do?
The world heart contains all of our knowledge and all our genetic data. With it, we can rebuild. We have a refuge built for those who serve us. We shall go there.
We should be able to access the gateway network from here. We could disable all of the gateways at once.
We offered Lemirin our aid. There is no honor in striking down an ally from behind.
The honorable thing would be to complete our mission and save our galaxy. Or do you not care about what happens to Kronos?
Oh, this is so complicated what is the ethically right thing to do? What's the right thing? What's the wrong thing? Do you break ethics? I just don't know.
We need to transfer the world heart to a transportable format. I'll need your help to initiate the download from that console.
We're helping her right now, apparently, so, that's something we're doing.
The download is proceeding, but it will not complete before the invaders find us.
Oh, I've got to defeat alien invaders. Awesome. Here, have a crystalline entity. Oh, they go down easy. Thought they were gonna be tough. Nope. They don't even have shields.
Shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
Now we need to release the magnetic interlocks holding the core. I need you at the other console.
Okay, here I come.
More invaders. They must not take the world heart.
Enemy target on center.
Yeah, that one has shields.
Losing power.
We need to erase the mainframe memory banks. I will require your assistance.
I thought I'd be fighting Iconians, but I'm actually not.
More aliens are coming. Protect me.
Aliens. More aliens are coming. I'm actually helping the Iconians right now.
Mainframe memory erased. The last step is to eject the world heart.
Eject the world heart. Eject it into what? Cutscene. Where did it go? Oh, she's holding it in her hand. Cute. Where are you, Lemirin? Oh, you're running around with the world heart, apparently.
I fear that was just the beginning of the violence. My people are few, and most of our heralds are elsewhere. Defeating a significant force would be costly to both sides. I know you are not one of the whole, and I have no right to ask for your assistance. But would you help us evacuate the city?
Did we ever find out what the whole is? Is the whole just the Iconians? Is it also the heralds? Is it both of them together?
Blessings of the whole upon you. We must gather as many of our people as possible and escort them to the gateway platform. Once we are there, I will open the path to our refuge. Many of our people already left for Colony Worlds, but we have lost contact with them. I fear the worst.
I got an idea. Why don't we just straight up tell them and say, okay, we're from the future. In 200,000 years... Oops, I hit you guys with my fist because I'm so passionate about this. I hit my microphone. Why don't we just say, okay, in 200,000 years, you guys are going to come back and take over the galaxy and destroy all of us and kill us, and you're going to be millions and Dyson spheres all over the place and Herald spheres and everything. So, like, don't do that in 200,000 years. How about that? Why don't we just do that?
I recommend we locate Tiket. She is our protector, and there are none who know the ways of our enemy as well as she.
Rescue Iconians and reach the
Tiket
gateway.
is a fearsome warrior and has kept our people safe for countless millennia. Until today.
Rescuing Iconians is not what we're here to do.
Oh, apparently it is, Sela.
Perhaps
Apparently
it is. When we came back in time, we did not know what we would find.
Oh, man. Well, we get to meet Tiket again early. Or for the first time, really. Ah, there she is. Hi there. Do I get one of your staff weapons? That looks kind of cool.
I appreciate your efforts, stranger, but I cannot come with you. I will defend Iconia until my final breath.
Your people are dying, Taket. They need you.
My people are weak.
Whoa.
They have neglected the ways of battle in favor of science and art.
Oh, Taket's the mean one.
They are philosophers. I do not wish for them to die, but they could have chosen the path of strength. I will die to defend them. I do not know if I can save them.
So Taket is like the warlord or something. Okay, I get it now.
I appreciate your efforts, stranger, but I cannot come with you. I will defend Iconia until your words have merit. If we go to the refuge, we can rebuild. There, we can plan vengeance. No one will ever threaten us again.
Oh, so it's Taket. Taket's the bad one. Kill Taket right now. Get it over with. Okay, no, that would be bad too. But notice here, then we can plan our vengeance. Taket wants vengeance. Taket is war hungry, I guess. Think about your people, Taket, not your revenge.
She is a fool. She would let her people die so she could avenge them.
She's right there, too.
Vengeance is a powerful weapon.
That's what starts it all, I guess. I don't know. She's just gonna stay there, I guess. Where is this leading? I do not know. This is a heck of a story. And now it's nighttime and there's bombs and fire.
We will never forget this tragic day.
No kidding. But what about... I don't know, man. This is... what's gonna happen?
Thank you. You have shown exceptional kindness and valor in this trying time. I will miss my home. Iconia is precious to us, but as long as the whole survives, we can use the world heart to rebuild.
Go to the gateway platform. We'll meet you there. Huh. Rescue Iconians. Okay.
These are not a warlike people.
Not yet. That will change.
Bloodshed affects everyone differently.
Yeah,
My
well...
people became warriors when an alien species threatened our home.
And the Iconians will become conquerors.
Yep, they will, I guess. Where this is leading, I do not know. So many things are happening.
Targets on sensors. Personal shield losing power. Flanking damage detected. Enemy combat in close proximity.
Decide course of action.
Now I see your plan. We've won their confidence, gathered them together. Strike now, and we can eliminate them all.
Oh, what? I have to decide this? I can't do it. I don't know what to do. I will not kill defenseless innocents. I have decided to spare the Iconians. We cannot hold them responsible for acts they haven't committed yet. It's too dangerous to change the past. We have to let them live. We must wait until the last minute for our betrayal so they have no chance to escape. What do I do, folks? Gosh, I wish I could poll you guys and ask you what to do so that I could do it, because I don't know what to do. I do know this. I want to see what every option leads to eventually. Okay. Alright, come on. Let's play this right. Let's play this right. I'm the doctor. I will not kill defenseless innocents. Period. Now what? Get Iconians to gateway platform. Okay. Where are they be? I'll tell you what. I am going to go back and replay this mission and choose other options and see what happens. Oh, I need to kill these people. War leader, huh?
Personal shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
The gateway is damaged. We will need to reroute the power and reinitialize the gateway open sequence.
Oh. Oh, they're hitting me pretty hard. Oh, my people are down. Alright, where do I go to do this thing that I have to do? I guess here.
Didn't the others save the Iconians? Where are they?
I think we're them.
They may already be here.
Nope, I think we're them. Okay. Defeat invaders. So history is playing out as it originally did.
Personal shield losing power.
Wow. I can't believe they haven't realized we are the others. We're saving the Iconians.
We're
It's
losing
us.
ground.
We can't hold them off for...
That's it. Send them through.
No! This isn't our mission!
Apparently it is. No, whoa, what? That's what caused this. She did it. It's her fault. The World Heart. No, wait. It's her fault.
You took everything from me!
The World Heart.
There's no time. The gateway is closing.
Only 12 of us are left. That crystal contains our civilization.
Sela, stop! We are better than this!
I will remember this, Romulan. I will extinguish your people in payment for your treachery.
She knows she's a Romulan. How?
This
First
has
of all.
all played out this way before. I am the cause for Hobus.
Dun dun dun. Okay, hold the phone. Hold the banana phone. Okay, alright. Wow. So, basically, and therefore, holy crap, there's that then. Okay, so Sela made the Iconians really angry because she just whipped out her phaser and started killing them. Just like flat out, bam, 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 zap, zap, doo, 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 zap, zap, down. And then she takes the world heart from them, so they cannot rebuild. That's all they wanted, was to rebuild. She took that away from them. Taket's like, Romulan, we're gonna get you and your little dog too. And that's what happens in the future. The Iconians destroy Romulus by means of the Hobus supernova. Bam, Romulus gone. History is playing out as it normally did so far. We have to be the others, or the other. Well, partly the other. Well, maybe we're not the other because we didn't really save them, but we saved them. We saved them and not saved them. It's weird. And then Sela, man, if she just hadn't have done that one little act, can't we go back in time and erase that? Holy crap. Alright, retrieve the world hearts. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this is what ends the war in the future. We bring them back the world heart from the past. That has to be it, right? It's not a small hypo, a world heart. Where's the world heart? We must bring the world heart back to them. Maybe that's what saves everything. Yay, I got a world heart.
I know what you are going to say, but I did what I had to do for my people. I should have acted sooner. If I had, perhaps Romulus would have been restored.
Can't you see that your act caused the destruction of Romulus? We sent 12 Iconians to Dewa 3. We are the others.
That can't... Taket! What have I done?
Yeah, it's your fault. This is all Sela's fault. Oh my gosh. This is the entire war, the entire Iconian war is Sela's fault. Now, how crazy is that? Alright, did you have a choice? Predestination paradox theory would say this event had to happen, but it is the reason you're here. Or you've always been out for yourself. Now you see the result of your selflessness. You're lucky it didn't turn out worse. I hope you take this painful lesson to heart, Sela. About, you've always been out for yourself. Now you see the result of your selfishness. I want to stick it to her just a little bit.
The Iconians have fled to Dewa 3, and the Gateway's console has been destroyed, so no one can follow them. Our fate may not have changed from our actions here, but we have done what honor demanded. We are not murderers. Whatever our future may hold, we will face it with our eyes open and our heads held high. We must return to our own time and see what effect our actions had.
I disagree. We don't need to return to our own time. Why don't we go to Dewa 3 right now, where the Iconians just escaped to, and explain the whole thing to them? Here is our chance. We can negotiate with them. We can diplomatically solve this issue 200,000 years before it starts. It just kind of started with Taket and Sela. Why don't we take Sela to them? How about we let them, like, I don't know, take her under custody, jail her, whatever they do. Why don't we go to Dewa 3 and talk to them? Why do we need to go back to the future right now? No, we don't. We need to go to Dewa 3 and talk to them. Plot hole, plot hole. This is what needs to be done. This is not being done. I disagree. Wrong thing to do. Let's beam up.
We're initiating a tachyon burst to reopen the portal that brought us here.
Where's all the people attacking the planet? They just
That should bring us back to the exact moment we left the present time.
Well, that was fun.
The heralds are firing on the portal!
The portal is destabilizing! Hurry!
And here we come back out.
Captain Cagran to Alliance Fleet. Stand down. I repeat, stand down. You have the World Heart and the means to end this. Signal the Iconians, show them we have it, and that we are the ones who saved them. This is our last chance to end this war.
See, I knew it. I knew it. Hell, Lamirin.
Do you wish to surrender? A wise decision.
No, Lamirin, we have just returned from the past, your past, and we have the World Heart to prove it.
How did you acquire that?
We saved it. We were there when Iconian was lost, or Iconia was lost.
That is not possible. But yet, I see the World Heart in your hands. It is time to end this. Your leaders, our unity. Now.
Wait, Oh, are we going to have a mind meld with the Iconians? Whoa, they just popped us here. I didn't know they could do that. That's kind of freaky. Hi guys. So yeah, about things and stuff. Stuff happened. Things happened. This is really kind of freaky, but cool. Hello.
If what you say is true, then that core contains all of the lost knowledge of our people. So much that we thought was lost forever. Will you return all the remains of our civilization to us?
This conflict must end, and this wound must be healed. Return the World Heart. I knew it. Called it. They all turned white. Talk to Lamirin.
I have never had a chance to examine you closely, but now that you stand before me, I remember. You helped us, although it gained you nothing. You are the other.
And this war should never have happened.
Hate blinded us. Fear of the unknown crippled us. Pain called out for blood in ever greater measures. The events of that day set us on this path. It grieves me to see where it has led. After we escaped to Dewa 3, protecting ourselves became our sole purpose. We transformed ourselves, our whole, even our heralds, to prevent another tragedy. And we vowed never to trust again.
You trusted me once.
I did, and it saved us. But we believed the other lost to us. And you were lost to time. And we preserved the whole by any means necessary.
You say you wanted to protect yourselves. In doing so, you destroyed countless lives.
Indeed. We protected the whole against the lesser species who would destroy us if given a chance, who would steal what we would not give freely. And we did not mourn the deaths of those who were not a part of our unity. And then we faced you, a foe who would not yield, who subverted time itself in an attempt to destroy us. But instead, you showed compassion, even though you knew what would happen to your people if we survived. You helped us, because that is who you are.
Now don't get sentimental on me here. Don't shed a tear. It's Starfleet's mission is to explore, not destroy. Like you, we were defending ourselves.
I am humbled in the face of such integrity.
What a reversal.
I shall be forever grateful to you for showing us the error of our ways.
Enough blood has been spilt. Let us end this war. Uh-oh. Taket's angry.
They killed our sister. They broke our unity. And for that, I will destroy.
Have you forgotten what we did for your people, for you?
I will never forget what you have done, or what that creator, the receiver, did. There will never be enough blood to wash away my need for vengeance.
Sela was grieving the loss of her homeworld, a homeworld you destroyed. You have already exacted revenge.
A single world. I can destroy 1,000,000 worlds, and it would not be enough. Your existence is an insult to the memory of our people. I will continue my fight, even if I must fight alone.
Taket, please listen.
She will not listen. Taket has always been very stubborn. In a few thousand years, perhaps, her attitudes will change. Until then, be wary. Taket is a formidable opponent, and I will not take up arms against her, even in defense of the other. But with those of us who remain, you shall have peace. We ask only for our homeworld. Leave Iconia and our servants undisturbed, and we will trouble you no longer.
That sounds fair, but we will have to ratify this treaty with the Alliance.
I understand, but our terms are not negotiable. We need time to breathe and contemplate. Perhaps in a millennia or two, it will be different.
Very well, farewell. So Taket still is our enemy, I guess, gonna like attack us every now and then. She's gonna pop in and like go pew 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 on us. Oh, and I popped out. I wish I could do that. Whoa! Starfleet Academy, and there's fireworks. It's like, whoa! I just popped in Starfleet Academy. Hello. Paris. Did I just like pull up my pants in a weird way? He's like the only one clapping. Yay, you saved us all. What a normal day. I don't know, they don't seem too happy. Just one person clapped. Yay. Oh man, there's a ton of people to talk to here. Optionals. Speak to Kim. I haven't even spoken to Kim this entire war campaign.
Your compassion has accomplished more in one act than we could have with all the phasers in the fleet. Honor and selflessness have been almost forgotten over the past few years. That needs to change. It's time to act like Starfleet officers again.
Now we need to rebuild.
We have a lot to do to heal the wounds the war has left on us all. But we've survived the Borg and the Dominion. We can survive this.
I agree, Kim. How about you, Nog?
There's a lot of work to be done now. We need to rebuild, recover, try to learn how to live in this new reality. But with people like you on our side, I know we can do it.
We'll succeed if we all work together. That's true, you know, we are in a different reality. We actually didn't change much or anything, actually, from the initial incursions we did, those 2 incursions. We're still technically in a different reality. That just ills me in some way. We'll have to talk about that. Alright, speak to Paris, that's an optional.
I thought this was it. The last day. And I was ready, but I'm glad my daughter didn't have to die in defense of the Federation. That I get to go home after this. We all do. Thank you.
You're welcome, Captain. Okay, now we need to speak to Sela.
I don't know what to say. I thought I was protecting our future. But instead, all this
Why is she on Earth?
It happened because of a mistake I made
Why aren't we
hundreds of thousands of
putting
years
her in
ago.
handcuffs right now?
I've made a lot of difficult choices in my life, and I didn't always consider the consequences of my actions. Today has made me wonder if there's another way, if I can be better than I am.
Well, let's not make her upset. It's never too late. Wow, did Sela just turn a new leaf? Because that's different.
We have much to do, but first, we will celebrate. Let the blood wine flow now that the bloodletting has ceased. There is more to being a warrior than vengeance and death. True honor comes from doing what is right, despite the personal cost.
G.I.
The Iconians
Joe!
will depart, and we will rebuild. Mercy has triumphed where weapons could not. Now I will try to find a way to share this wisdom with my people. Many warriors have fallen in this war. Those of us who remain must walk the path of honor.
Sorry, it sounded like a G.I. Joe PSA. It was your courage that showed me the way, Cogran. Oh gosh. Return to your ship, huh? Beam to ship? Okay. Wow, what a thing. What a thing. Oh, we're done. Hail Starfleet.
The war is over. Although we could not turn back the clock and restore the lives that were lost and the planets that were ravaged, we have ended the conflict honorably. You made the right choice. And that is not always an easy one to make. I would be honored to fight by your side again. Before that day comes, however, we must rebuild. There is already talk of new exploration missions. Perhaps we will find our next challenge among the unexplored stars.
Yeah, it's coming in Season 11, in fact. Cogran, how did you know? Okay, so first, let's just briefly look at these things here that we're going to get. After I pick up my rewards and close these menus and go back to ESD, I'm going to spend some time talking about this episode, this mission here. I want to cover everything, so please stay tuned on this video. Don't leave just yet. I want to talk about the mission, and I want to talk about these rewards and see what we got. So we're going to get a tech upgrade or a specialization point. We're going to get a Peacemaker title. We're going to get an Iconian Vest outfit. Looking forward to trying that out. We're going to get some dilithium. Now, we get to choose between a Soul Defense Deflector or a Tetrion Pulse Generator, but that just increases Tetrion damage. So unless you have a Tetrion build and you really need a tactical console to boost Tetrion damage, which you can easily get off the exchange or somewhere else or whatever, I think most people are going to go for the Soul Defense Deflector array. This is part of a new set called Desperate Defenses. As you can see, it encompasses a covariant shield, an impulse engine, and a deflector array. All three pieces give you a 2-piece bonus called Impact Distribution Manifold and a 3-piece bonus called Discharge Repair Nanites. This is all about defense from what I'm reading here. This deflector does auxiliary power, improves hull healing, improves shield healing, resist hull disable knock repel, and resist shield drain energy. This is all about a defensive position. I'm definitely going to take that deflector. We'll look at what the bonuses do in a second. Then there's the impulse engine that's going to come out. That increases your flight speed, your turn rate. This also increases your shield power setting. And a 25% chance to gain a turn rate and defense for 15 seconds. This stacks up to 5 times. Again, more defense there. Then a covariant shield. It has a pretty high shield capacity because it's covariant. Very low regeneration because it's covariant. And reduces all energy damage to shields by 10%. There's another shield that does it by 20%. This one's only 10%. But plus 15% of incoming shield healing to self. So that's interesting. And then there's even another reward, a space trait we're going to get called Automatic Hull Heal when hull below 50%. Accolade complete, Peacemaker. So let's look at this. You get the Enhanced Universal Tech upgrade or a specialization point. Remember, it's per account, not per character. So if I got the specialization point on this character, for example, I could not open it on any other character. I wouldn't get it anymore. But if you play it the next week, you get another one. So that's how that works. Here is the Soul Defense Deflector Array. Let's go back to ESD now. And what I'm going to do is I'll look at the stats on that Soul Deflector Array. I want to look at the bonuses and see what you get. I'm interested in trying that out. I want to see if it also gives me a unique visual for it. So let's try that out since we're in space right now. That's something I can easily do just to try this out real quick. Let's take this. Let's first read what the bonuses do. If you have the set bonuses, the 2-piece bonus gives you a kinetic damage resistance and an all energy damage resistance, and a very high kinetic damage resistance, matter of fact. So more defensive stuff. Then the set 3 bonus is a discharge repair nanites. It looks like this is a hit points, so this is a healing hit points or hull strength to allied ships within 10-kilometer radius, so your allies. It restores your hit points in a 3-kilometer radius. Okay. So that's what it does. So it's basically a healing ability for yourself and your friends to your hull. A lot of healing abilities with this set. Defense and healing. That's what this reminds me of. Let's pull this deflector off. So here this one is. It is going to increase our auxiliary. So my auxiliary power with the Delta set, I'm going to put that back on real quick. With the Delta set, my aux power is 73, which is important on a science ship, right? This is going to also increase my aux power by 5. And hull healing and shield healing, but I don't think it's going to improve my shield strength. No, I think it's going to leave my shield strength alone. Or my capacity and power probably alone as well. Let's put it on, see what happens. There you go, back to 73. So that plus 5 will definitely help your aux power, but it looks like your shield capacity, and did shield power stay the same? Yeah, shield power stays the same. So basically you just get some aux power there. And pretty much everything else I think stays the same. Except for the healing, obviously. Let's see if it has a visual. Nope, it doesn't. You can upgrade it, of course, but there is no unique visual. Very, very disappoint that it does not have a visual on it. No deflector visual. I am disappointed when they don't do that. I think they should always have a unique visual for the deflector, the impulse, and the shields. Always, always, always. This one does not. I'm disappointed by that. I like the color of it. See, it's kind of purplish, so it would be cool if it does. Even the Delta Alliance doesn't have one that changes. It does anything. But the shield on the Delta Alliance changes the color of the deflector to green. So maybe the shield on this new set will change the color of the deflector. I hope it does. I hope it changes to purple. That's what I want to see. A purple deflector. I think the Jim Hadar set might do that. But we need a really good set, 'cause I love purple on a starship. I want to see a purple deflector, please. Anyway, I hope that comes. Okay, now that we've looking at that set, we've looking at that deflector, you can decide if you want to put that deflector on your ship and if you want to go for that defensive set. I know I'm going to go for the set because I want to try it out. But now that we've done that, there's more things to do. So hold on. Hang tight. We got a uniform, some kind of vest. And apparently, we can have a lot of options with that. So that's what I'm going to go do now. I'm going to go to the tailor, I'm going to put on the vest, and let's look at the vest options and the costume and how that looks. I'm real interested in that. And then after that, I will talk about the mission. So stay tuned, don't go away yet. I do want to talk about the mission. Alright, tailor, let's see. I guess we'll start with a create a new uniform. Ta-da. Let's go to What would it be called? Well, it would be called Iconian Vest. Holy crap. Well, that is unique. Alright, Iconian Vest. Iconian Resistance Suit. Oh, that's that suit. Okay, Iconian Vest. Let's see if there's a head thing on here to change. Smooth. Nope, no head thing. Humanoid rigid. Nope, nope, no head things there. Let's see if there is a mouth accessory. Nah, I wouldn't expect there to be a mouth accessory. How about an eye attach? I don't see anything. I see eye patch, intel, miner, sunglasses. Yeah, there's nothing here for that. Okay, now let's look at head attach. Dyson Sphere, Iconian Meridian. Oh, there is something. So under head attach, it's called Iconian Meridian. So it's like a floating halo over your head. Okay, but it looks funky. You'd think there would be more with it. I think it would have some kind of helmet or something to go along with it, but I'm not seeing anything. Earrings? No. There's nothing else with it that I can see. Maybe there is and I'm just missing it. If there is, you guys let me know if there's something I'm missing that I've completely skimmed over in terms of, you know, what you can put on your head or your face or whatever for the uniform. That's kind of funky. It's just floating over your head. So I don't know if there's more to it or what. But you can change the color. That's cool. Let's kind of make it as white as we can. Looks more purplish, but okay, so there's that. Let's look at the uniform. Okay, let's see. We got Iconian Vest 1. Ah, we got different kinds here. Nice. Okay, so here's Vest 1. It's got the short sleeves or the no sleeves, sleeveless. Kind of an armor thingy going on there. You've got Vest 1 long. I like that. That is kind of cool. It's like a sleeveless dress. It's interesting. Then you got this Vest 2, which is kind of a different pattern on this part here. And then Vest 2 long. So basically, you're not going to have sleeves. This is a completely sleeveless uniform. Boy, I look so stupid with that thing over my head. Okay, so it's a, I like that a lot. I tell you what, I'm sticking with that. This U-shaped thing over my head, though, there's got to be more to that, right? Because that's just the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, that is BA. That is BA. Look how it kind of shines purple and green and different colors. That is the bomb diggity. I am sticking with that. Holy crap, that is just so good looking. Hey, good looking. Don't know what color to make that. I'll change that later, but wow. I'm down digging that. What do these change? Oh, cool. You can highlight it. Have a nice contrasting color to it. And even contrast even more color to it. See, that is kind of cool. That is neat. So there's some ideas. I don't know. You can do whatever you want. Let's see what we can do with the hands. Nope, they got no hand options. Shoulder pads. Oh, yeah, there is something here. We've got an Iconian arch, an Iconian double arch, an Iconian orb hovering over your shoulder. Look at that little thing. Look at that. I got an Iconian orb. Oh, man, I want an Iconian orb. I got Iconian orbs. I look so stupid right now, but I love it. I love it. Iconian orb, or you can do a double arch. Look at me. I don't know what I am, but that's what I am. Oh my gosh. This is so awesome. Look at that. Look at that. It is, I don't know what it is, but it's something. Here's the collar for the Iconians. Okay, so there is a collar. That's a good thing. Needed that. Third color choice. Don't know what that does. Okay, that is definitely different. Wrist attach. Okay, there is something for the wrists. Iconian gauntlet. Yep, Iconian gauntlet. That's it. Iconian gauntlet. Just like they were wearing, I noticed. I just don't know about this head thing. It's so weird. Iconian. Oh, left accessory. Oh, I can add an Iconian plate to it. I don't know that I need that Iconian plate, but I think that's good enough. But there's a little extra to it. They put a lot of detail into this outfit. I'm very happy they did. I'm very happy they gave this to us. Oh, what is that? Oh, bam! Bam, bam, bam. Look at that. Okay, first of all, you can have an Iconian case. You can have a double arch behind you. Oh my gosh, you know what that looks like? It almost looks like a... Reminds me of one of the Goulds. I think it was, who was it? It was one of them. Forgot his name. Ball. I think it reminds me of Ball. Anyway, you could do that with all the balls in it. I like the one with the balls in it. Yep, that is so interesting. I'm gonna make it black though. There we go. I like the black balls. I'm also gonna do these balls black too. Oh yeah, black balls for the win. I got balls everywhere, all over my head. Okay, let's see what we got here for the belts. Oh yeah, there's two Iconian belts. That one and that one. That is so freaking awesome. And then, oh, there's a belt accessory. Oh, there's a drapery. I can have a drapery behind me. Look at that. It's a wavery drapery. Not that I need a drapery behind me, but I can have one. There you go, guys. You can do that too. You can have a drapery behind you, but I'm not going to have a drapery. I don't want the drapery. All right, let's see what we can do with the pants. Tight Iconian. I'm a tight Iconian. Black those up. That is cool looking. All right, now for the boot. It's got to be an Iconian boot. Yep, there it is. Oh, sweet. That is interesting. Okay, let's go back to my head. And I'm going to make the halo thing black also. There. Now it matches. Okay, that's it. Purchase. What shall we call you? We shall call you, I know, Iconian Vest. Okay, let us exit and watch this, folks. Here we go from this to this. That's right. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. Look. I'm probably waking up my neighbors laughing out loud, but holy crap. I love it. This is so funky. This is the most funkiest thing Cryptic has ever created. The ball thing on there, the floating meridian, the floating arches. I mean, it's so funky, but I love it. I absolutely love it. This is what I'm going to be rocking for the next little while. I mean, how can you not? Where is everybody else? They've got to be wearing this too, because, come on, is this just not the best looking thing you've ever seen? Hey there, look at me. Look what I'm wearing. Jumpy fella. That is so cool. See, other people are doing it too. Let's see, they have the meridian. No, she didn't. See, she doesn't know about the meridian. She doesn't know about the headpiece, I bet. You have to go under that option in the head part of the tailor to add the headpiece. So those little things are put in there on costumes. People don't know about them. So be cautious of that. Those things are in there. You just have to dig a little deeper. I like her color scheme, though. See, it matches her hair. But look at her color scheme. Gold outline with. See, that's a perfect color scheme right there. That does look a little goldish, doesn't it? A little Stargatey. That's a good design, though. I like that. Yeah, she made it look good. She's got the cape on in the back, too. So there's another design or color choices you can go with. Some really cool color choices. I'm liking this costume. I'm going to put it on all my characters and try different color schemes and different things. All my characters are getting this costume. No question about that. We are doing it. Next. Well, that's everything that I have to show you for the mission. Now it's time to talk about the episode, okay? So I'm going to stand here and let people look at me and zoom out. And I'm going to talk about the mission. So this is where it gets a little talky here, but it's well worth it. The very first thing I want to say about the mission and about the end result, everything happening the way it did, number one, it was cliche. Let's just be honest with ourselves. That doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's cliche, right? Some of these things we might have expected, maybe even as the easy way out, some people would debate. For example, us going into the past, being the ones that saved the Iconians, and being the other. A lot of people predicted that that's what would happen. A lot of people predicted we were the other by time travel. So the fact that they went that route is predictable. People predicted that. It was something that a lot of people thought would happen. Finding out the Iconians were a peaceful race is a little more of a shocker, a little more interesting. Because that we did not expect. We thought maybe they were a warlike species using their gateways to rule other worlds. That's at least how it was described in TNG. If you remember the TNG episode when we first encountered the Iconians, they were a race that were mythological up until we found Iconia. But then when we did, they were thought of as a species that conquered other species by use of their gateways. That's how they were thought of. But it turns out that's not true. So that in itself is a revealing fact that changes your perspective on the Iconians. They were a very advanced species, but they were not militant. They, in fact, kept their technology from other species because they were more technologically advanced and knew that other species would misuse that technology. Rightly so. So they kept that stuff from them. In turn, that would make the other species upset at them, mad at them, envious of them, wanting their stuff, right? And when the Iconians refuse to give it to them, makes them mad. So the fact that the stories we got about the Iconians were that they were an evil race, a bad race, a militant race, came from those species who envied their stuff. Basically, that's who we got the story from. So the fact that they were not that way, but they were a nice, intelligent species, is really cool. However, boy, did they take a long arc to turn into the militant evil type of species they turned into. I mean, they flat out killed the Preserver and the Preserver Archive. The people who made them, right? They killed them and had no remorse about it. So what had turned them sour over those 200,000 years? It has to be more than just what Sela did. It has to be. Maybe they encountered something in the Andromeda Galaxy that really hardened them, really made them who they are. Because just that one act could not have possibly made them that extreme. Something else there was a catalyst, something else had to happen. I think something had to happen possibly in the Andromeda Galaxy whenever they went there. But we'll never know. It could be an interesting story to develop in the future, though, if you ever wanted to find out. Perhaps that could tie in with Taket, and we could find out why Taket is so angry. You know, maybe that has something to do with that, and then eventually in the future we will make peace with Taket. Now, the way they left it off at the end here is that Taket is still going to be an enemy to us. We may still encounter Taket out there. We may encounter her heralds, too, which I think is a cool idea. The fact that not all of the Iconians really wanted peace, but there was one who didn't, and we're still going to be at war with them, but the other Iconians were at peace with. I like that idea. That was bold of Cryptic to leave it that way. They could have tied it up in a nice bow and put an end to the entire thing, but no. They left a little bit there. They left a little nibble on the chain so that they could do more in the future with the Iconians if they needed to or wanted to expand onto Ket and do more Iconian stuff. I like that. I like having that nibble there. It leaves them room to act in the future. So let's go back to Iconia again in the past. I liked what we learned there. I liked, everything about that going back in the past was exactly what I wanted. I just wish Sela had not done what she did, kind of started the whole thing. And that is a shame because it is a predestination in a way. I mean, if she was the cause of why she went back there. It's really strange to think in your head. Time travel messes you up, but she is the cause, and she caused this problem herself, and she has to live it in the present because of what she did in a future that was not yet known to her. See, it's really crazy to think about. Your mind will go crazy, but it was really cool how they handled that. I do think they missed a few steps there, though. I think that right after the Iconians fled to Dewa 3, New Romulus, they should have, at that point, not gone back to the future yet, but instead flown to Dewa 3 and sat down and talked with the Iconians. That was their chance to open a dialogue with the Iconians and settle it before it ever happened. That would have also solved the issue. That would have solved the problem. That would have made everything fine in the present. The war would have never happened. So that was their opportunity that they missed. A real Starfleet officer would have gone further. They would have kept trying until they absolutely had to go home. There was no reason they needed to go home right then. The Anarax was not under attack. They were just fine. They had the time to wait. They should have gone and talked to the Iconians and tried a diplomatic approach. First, explain who they are, what's going on, the situation that happens in the future, and how they can avoid it all happening. Matara would have heard them, and the other ones. The other Iconians would have heard them. Taket might be angry, but the other Iconians would have listened. And it would have changed the entire situation in the present, in the future. Also, they had, right then and there, they had the sphere of knowledge, the world heart. They had it right there. All they had to do is go to Daewoo 3 and give it back to the Iconians right there 200,000 years ago. They didn't need to bring it to the future 200 years later and then give it to the Iconians. By that time, the Iconians have hardened. They've been at war. They've lost a lot of lives. We've lost a lot of lives. No. We should have given the world heart back to them on Daewoo 3. That would have been the peace settlement, right? Like, okay, here's your world heart. You can rebuild. Here it is, you know. That would have solved the problem right then and there. Why didn't they do that? That one extra step is all they had to do. And this would have been resolved in a less cliche way. The cliche way was bringing the world heart to the future and showing them that and ending the war now. That's the cliche way. You want to be bold, you go to Daewoo 3, you have that diplomatic talk, you talk with them, and you give them the world heart then in the past, so that when we come back to the future, Iconian War never happened, and Iconians are living maybe on Iconia. Maybe they're peaceful or peaceful race, and they're nice and stuff. Maybe they're not energy beings either. Maybe they're still flesh and bone or whatever. So that would have been cool. That would have been really bold to do. I would have liked to have seen that. Also, we have to keep in mind, this still boggles my mind, but it is true, we are in an alternate universe. We are not in the universe we started from. Ever since that mission, Butterfly, we, us, and Nog, and the people that were on the Enerax are in a freaking different universe. Where our doubles are, I don't know, but we should have doubles in this universe, right? I mean, because we were temporarily shielded and then we became untemporarily shielded. We should, technically, this is a plot hole, have doubles in this universe. I should find myself somewhere if I'm alive. You know, we should all have doubles in this universe, number one. Number two, we are in another universe. Remember that species that died, the Noi's wife. Her entire species is gone now, whereas they existed in our timeline. Noi now has a beard and stuff. You know, he didn't have that. His face is more scarred now. It wasn't as scarred in the other timeline. So even though we defeated the Iconians, yes, we're not in our home universe. You know, Star Trek Online is the multiverse. Worf crossed the multiverse. He walked between the different universes. You can do that in Star Trek if you have the technology or the means. So we are in a completely different universe. We need to walk back into our universe. I hope this is explored and not forgotten. My fear is Cryptic will forget we're in a different universe. And we need to get home. I think that should be the next mission. The voyage home. Come on. Can't we do that? Star Trek Online, the voyage home. Seriously, we need to find our original universe and go back to it. Because we should have doubles here, and we're not in our original universe. So, it's all very different. I hope they don't forget that. Because that's a big thing, you know? Kind of a really big thing to not be in your own universe. So anyway, I hope that in some way, they address that in the future, and give us a mission where we get back home, you know? That would be awesome. Because, let's not forget that. It's important. It's huge. Huge, huge, huge. Finally, they have been giving us a lot of equipment and a lot of gear sets and everything in these missions. It's like every mission is some kind of new set. Temporal set, now this defense set, all kinds of stuff. But it's getting a little overcomplicated. I think what we're starting to see are powers that overlap powers in a way that just don't make sense anymore or really show uniqueness. We've got so many different conglomerations of powers on sets now that we've been getting as rewards that it's so hard to follow and make sense of. Who knows what set and gear works best for what scenario now? It's so confusing. It's getting really confusing. I think, you know, while I like new gear and stuff, I think maybe they're pushing a little too hard on giving us, you know, all kinds of new gear sets that have all these bonuses and everything that really get muddled and confusing as to what they actually do and what they're used for. It's just it needs some better organization maybe, because I'm overwhelmed by all the new gear in the game. I can't keep up with it. All new powers and everything. It's really hard to keep up with, to be honest with you. If you don't play this game like every single day, that kind of stuff just gets thrown at you and you're like, what it is, what it do. What else? Overall, I've enjoyed the Iconian arc. I would say there wasn't enough build-up, though. Even though it's been building up for 5 years, there wasn't enough build-up to the fact that the Iconians were a real threat. You know, this mission kind of really pushed the fact that they were attacking Earth finally, but why didn't they do that before? Why haven't they tried before? Why did it seem the Iconians were not such a big threat to us? And then all of a sudden at the end, they are. That could have been built up a little better. We needed to see the threat. We needed to see worlds being taken over or destroyed by Iconians. You know, and we didn't see that. That's what we needed to see. In the end, like I said, predictable ending. It wasn't overwhelmingly unique. It was a good ending. It was all right, but predictable. I think you all can agree with me on that. As for the future, Season 11, A New Dawn, or whatever, I think that is a good direction to go. I think that is where we need to get back to. Exploration. Explore new worlds. Remember, this galaxy has only been explored at this point in time like 10-something% of the galaxy explored. Huge galaxy waiting out there to explore, just in this galaxy alone. And now we know that Iconians have been in the Andromeda Galaxy, which is a whole nother galaxy to explore. And there have been a couple of Star Trek species, aliens, from the Andromeda Galaxy. One was even mentioned in the original Star Trek series that was from the Andromeda Galaxy. So those are big areas to explore. When we start having the ability to go, like, you know, transwarp and slipstream speeds, where we can actually traverse intergalactic distances and travel to other galaxies, or even use Iconian gateways to travel to other galaxies, boy, the whole universe just opens up to you. Just no telling what else could be out there. So I like the fact we're getting back to exploration, and that is good. That's where Star Trek needs to be. That's its heart. It should never forget its heart. You want to talk about the heart thing, the Heartstone, or whatever it is, the world heart. The world heart of Star Trek is exploration. Let's never forget that. I think the direction that they're going to head is exploration. I think that the mirror universe stuff that's coming, which is coming, is a sideline to the exploration. I believe that what they're going to do is leave the mirror universe invasions and stuff coming over and all that as a sideline, as a side story to the main Season 11 story. I like that idea, first of all. I like having a main story and then a side story. That gives it layers, and we need layers in Star Trek Online. Much needed. I think we might get to see some stuff about the sphere builders. I'm talking about the ones that showed up in Enterprise. Now, they are not Dyson sphere builders. They don't build Dyson spheres. They build spheres that change or manipulate space so that they can live in it. These spheres are not the size of a Dyson sphere, nowhere near the size, so don't confuse the two. Only the Iconians, Heralds, only the Iconians, Elachi, and Solanae have so far been the only species we've seen that can build Dyson spheres. The sphere builders, which is supposedly possibly Noi's wife's species, may be a part of Season 11. We may be getting into some of that temporal Cold War stuff that we saw in the Enterprise series. However you feel about the Enterprise series aside, some of that stuff may come over here in the game. I'm not too excited about the temporal Cold War. I think that needs to be forgotten. But I would be excited about the sphere builders because, remember, in that universe, or in that show, it was in the 26th century with the Enterprise J that we were outright fighting the sphere builders. I mean, we were at war with the sphere builders. So that conflict needs to start developing. This would be the right time. Remember, we are in the 25th century in Star Trek Online. So this would be about the right time to start building up the sphere builders as a foe or as a something, because in the next century, the 26th century, we're at war with them. And we're on the level of technology with them at that time that we can do that. We can be at war with them. In Enterprise's time, the 22nd century, we were not. But in the 26th century, we will be. So now would be a good time to start building that up. I could see that introduced. I like that. That's good. Temporal Cold War, stay away from, in my opinion. But I'm looking forward to the Mirror Universe stuff as well. Apparently, and you can read this on the Star Trek Online webpage, the Mirror Universe beat their Iconians in a different way. They outright just overpowered the Iconians. They didn't just beat them, they murdered them. And they overpowered them because they had an overwhelmingly powerful force to do that. That's scary. Any force that can outright overwhelmingly take out the Iconians is a scary ordeal, and that's the Mirror Universe going to deal with. Remember, the Mirror Universe is not afraid to use future technology. For example, in Enterprise, they stole and took a TOS ship, a Constitution-class ship, and this is in the 22nd century. So basically, they took a 23rd century ship in the 22nd century and started, Empress Sato started taking over the universe, the galaxy, whatever, with her powerful ship. They are not afraid to use future technology to advance their own, and I believe they're going to get a hold of future technology to defeat the Iconians, and I believe they're going to use that future technology against us. So I think we're going to be fighting Mirror Universe with future technology. Already in the STF that's on Tribble, there's Mobius class ships. Yeah, we're talking 29th century starships that they're using. So that's going to be fun. But again, that's the sideline of the story. It's not the main story, which I like. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in Season 11. I'm glad they finally... It's time to end the Iconian stuff, put it aside, let's get back to exploration, and it's almost like rebooting the game in a way. Starting over, and I'm looking forward to that. I think it'll be exciting. Well, I want to thank everybody who has stuck around this long and listened to my ranting. Thank you. I appreciate it. I know it can get boring at times, but I do have a lot to say. I'm very passionate about the game and the franchise, and I love it. So that's that. Please leave a comment and let me know what you think about this mission. Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was predictable? Did you see it coming? Or was it a shock to you? What do you think about the Iconians? What do you think about how we left it? Just give it all to me, baby. Give it all to me. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Wait. There's one more thing I forgot to mention about the episode and the mission. One more alien species to talk about that was not talked about or brought up or fixed or whatever. The Preservers. Come on. They were there 200,000 years into the past. Weren't the Preservers still alive back then, or was that too late for them? Either way, I wish that they could have somehow found a way to help save the Preservers back then in the past and save everybody, not save everybody, but at least save the Preservers that the Iconians destroyed on Leonos. They could have hidden a couple of extra Preservers somewhere else or done something. What they could have done is warped to Leonos, and knowing the Preservers are there or whatever, and taken a couple of them and put them elsewhere somewhere to hide them, so that at least a couple of Preservers would survive, in the future. Or done something so that the Preservers, because that is a plot point that was clearly left out in this mission, is the Preservers. The Iconians killed them, but maybe they didn't have to. Maybe there could have been a way to save them or do better with that situation. Also, I hear there's another planet where there actually are still Preservers, and this is a big plot hole that's been left out that apparently there's a planet with preservers on it. I forgot what mission it is. Somebody can fill that in. But there's another planet, one of the Breen missions, I think, where they find some preserver pods or something. So there's actually are other preservers out there that they've completely forgotten about. But they are out there, so that's a thing. Anyway, preservers. I just wanted to put that in there because that was a thing that wasn't brought up at all during this mission. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Okay, I swear this is the last one. One more thing I just thought of before I close. I still don't buy the Iconian's motivation. That's always been a problem with me. You guys know it. You've tried to answer by giving me some really good points as to why they would want Iconia. But think about this. These are half energy beings. They are evolved. They can live millennia. I mean, they can live millions of years, I guess. They've at least lived more than 200,000. She said that they've lived a millennia on Iconia when we were there 200,000 years ago, and then they've lived 200,000 years on top of that. So anyway, my point is, they live a long time. Time is not an issue for them. Why would they want to confine themselves to a small planet, Iconia, that was once their home, yes, but why would they want to confine themselves to that one small, tiny planet that was basically bombarded and obliterated to nothing when they have Dyson spheres, lots of them, Herald spheres, all these other places that are grandiose that they could live and be, and they have the capability to live in other galaxies like the Andromeda Galaxy. They probably have the ability to, obviously with their gates, they can be in anywhere at any point in the galaxy that they want to go. Why confine themselves when they're energy beings to just that one tiny planet when you have all of that available to you? Why would they want or care about Iconia, which is in the middle of all these other civilizations now that rule the area? The Romulans, the Federation, all these other people. You know, why not go live in some remote part again? I just don't buy their motivation. Some people say, well, they're sentimental. Give me a break. It's been like 200,000 years. I don't think so. I mean, that's not a real good reason, I don't think. I mean, why would they? There's nothing about that planet that's awesome. There's nothing there. It was all obliterated. There's nothing like holding them to that planet, though. Nothing for them to go back to. So I don't get that connection with it. I really don't. So maybe that's just a fault of the story. Maybe that wasn't explained too well, their motivation. Their motivation really needs some explanation, in my opinion, because I don't buy why they want Iconia back. I don't. So I don't know. That's my thoughts on that. But if it were me or whatever, I would go live in a Dyson sphere and start traveling the galaxies, you know. And maybe that's what they should have done. Gone off and for a long, long time. I mean, now they're going to go, basically they're going to go play hermit on Iconia. Now, these are energy beings. These are beings that have evolved beyond us, beyond the physical form, mostly. They're part physical and part not. They're like in encounterish type suits or whatever. You know, why would they want to confine themselves to Iconia? I don't get it. Don't buy it. I don't know. Anyway, leave your comments and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.